Scorpio, how are you? Welcome to the channel and to your reading, Scorpio. I am going to start this reading with a sign from your guides, a guided message that I bring through this beautiful oracle. Let's see what your guides tell us, Scorpio. Well, I must congratulate you as they are speaking to us about happiness. The number 15 is a number that is currently accompanying you throughout your journey, and you have these wonderful energies of Pisces, along with the energies of Gemini, swirling all around you right now. It is quite a powerful combination of influences that are present in your life at this very moment. However, happiness also comes accompanied by this beautiful flower, which is marjoram, and it lends us its wonderful energy. It tells us that at this very moment, you are going to find that your relationships are incredibly well-timed, or perhaps it refers to the meaningful moments that you manage to share with those beneficial connections, as I like to call them, don't you think? It is a time to really value the company you keep and the ways in which these special people truly add value to your life. New successes, relationships, and even beginnings are approaching. And what those new beginnings are and what existing relationships are, or in the projects you already have underway. It tells me that if you believe you can do something different so that the result is more in line with your desires, it is the announcement that you are going to achieve it. I mean, you can change something about this, right? Marjoram announces what are celebrations, emotions. This could also be a great time to receive good news, feel better physically, and perhaps you are even beginning to prepare for some upcoming vacation time. Some of you, it tells me that the freedom that was previously out of your reach will be able to become possible at this moment. You have to be careful with complacency and excessive spending. And you must be careful not to be overly indiscreet with certain sensitive information that might be better kept silent for the time being. The cards indicate that you have the power to protect your home and your personal space, provided that you are able to acquire this particular flower. Keep this secret close, as it holds the key to the sanctuary you are working so hard to build. This is a great time to be with her. It is also advised that you use this moment to clear your spaces or even perform a cleanse on yourself, if that is something that interests you, of course. You can search for any cleansing method here on YouTube or on Google. Now let's see what the angels have to tell us. You already know that these are generalized readings. You might need to address your specific case. You know that you can have a personal consultation with me and schedule it through the website. You always see the website here in the video, and you also have a pinned comment on your sign that takes you directly to the page. Let's see what the angels tell us regarding this happiness. You are celebrating something, yes or no, it tells me. You are going to celebrate something. Well, new beginnings, as the guide was telling us. Two options and only one path. Well, it is that you are celebrating that you end a conflict. You are celebrating you win something important after a moment of tension or competition. It depends on the reality of each one, right? The Fool card places us in a beginning loaded with potentiality, where you are invited to be yourself because you are going to create something. You have protection. That is why they were telling you that you can, well, cleanse yourself if you feel that your energy in these last few days felt kind of heavy. The Fool is a card telling us that you will soon be seeking or chasing some kind of dream. You must trust that life is offering you this possibility or situation in exactly the way you need it to happen. Believe in the path ahead, as it aligns perfectly with your current needs. Even if this situation that is presented to you through the Two of Swords makes you doubt, it says that circumstances that seem to be unfavorable can end up turning in your favor in a magical way and place you in that moment of happiness. It is a moment where really something is going to change or something is going to happen in a very favorable way for you without you making a minimum effort. That is why I am seeing that you are ending that situation of conflict that had you quite exhausted. Conflict or tension that can be presented in the family core with the person of interest, with coworkers, or personally, because it may be that obviously you come from moments of stress, of a lot of work, of internal conflicts, of things that you cannot resolve. Well, all of that, those annoyances and those conflicts are ending, and you can be, well, achieving what is some kind of agreement, communicating better with the people who at this moment are not, well, paying you the attention that you are needing, or they cannot manage to come to an agreement at this moment. But if you are in a Five of Wands because you are in some situation where you are in some way defending something such as a job, an attitude, or a gift, or something that you are obviously putting on the table in front of other people, you will be winning the situation. I have no doubt. And there you will be deciding which path to take. I believe that this is something that, more than being a competition, feels like something that ends and that frees you. And that which makes you free makes it so that you can resolve something on a personal level. This conflict ends, and there you make a decision. You are considering making a decision in accordance, obviously, with this new reality once the situation has ended. Because there is indeed a conflict coming to, and this situation may obviously mean that you were worn down by it and it has broken some kind of relationship or bond. It signals the conclusion of a struggle, allowing you to finally move past this heavy weight. Or it simply leaves you a life lesson that makes you opt to make a more convenient, more conscious, and more favorable decision. Because it deals obviously with a situation where for you it can be represented as criticism and you need to resolve it. So, ready, it is a moment where life tells you that conflict ends, even if it is with yourself. Where you are feeling a little bit divided because there is the Two of Wands, as if you were several people at once and you are not really sure of what you truly desire, or you find it very difficult to choose between options, or you do not want to face this problem directly. Well, it tells me the conflict is ending, that's it, and you are free to decide. It's time to move past the indecision and finally choose your own path moving forward now. I mean, you also have to understand that the Two of Swords certainly leads you to act. It is that perhaps being in the Five of Wands, it was very difficult for you to decide. But since you already have freedom through the solution, you can decide with confidence and get out of that tension, and above all, resolve something and get out of mental exhaustion. No, because there is a resolution of a conflict thanks to the appearance of something different. An agreement is reached, or a different way of seeing the matter, the issue is found, or there is a resolution that is provoked in a simpler way than one expects. And that obviously makes sense of a balance, heart, body, and mind, and you come to your senses as to make a decision. You are understanding many things, so much so that you also realize that not everything has the same importance, because the most certain thing is that you have finally managed to distinguish what the priority of the matter is. But the problem is that the aspects, all the aspects, the ones that do not add up, you discard them and you stay with the important thing. And there you make the decision. What decision? A decision that gives you certainty and tranquility. It is a resolution or a well-taken decision, and it means an enormous relief for you, especially because you can leave behind that interminable doubt, especially also in your mind, which is going to start to rest from that endless internal dialogue that made you believe that you were in a dead-end street. Because just look at how you are standing right now, aren't you? It is clear that you are truly learning from all of those past experiences. Well, you are certainly recovering your energy now. Just as I told you would happen, you are finally starting to feel like yourself again after such a long time. That is why you are projected toward happiness, allowing you to face whatever situations come your way with a different type of energy. You are choosing the right path, despite those people who remain stuck in that conflict. You are moving forward with confidence and clarity, leaving the old, heavy energy behind. It's up to you to act consistently with this desire and this new path. That's why the Fool also connects you with happiness. Wow, the Tower. You are leaving a place, you are finishing something, and see, here is the Chariot. I do not know if it has to do with a work situation, if it has to do with a partnership situation, if it has to do with a place where you live or with a relationship. But this is the situation, that you make a decision and it is solved. This provokes a great raising of consciousness and a very important, very revealing event, which obviously makes it possible for your whole life to change completely. And how good, because the Tower card speaks to us of a moment where one starts to realize that continuing in this situation, even if you find certain security there, but no, in that way it is no longer sustainable, it is no longer sustainable. So you freed yourself. You freed yourself. You even freed yourself from thoughts and attitudes and circumstances that did not let you decide. You freed yourself from a complicated relationship. You freed yourself from what could be an issue that did not let you decide to pursue your dreams. You are broadening your perspectives. You are freeing yourself. Even so, you feel this as something unforeseen. I think that here it is going to turn out better than expected. You simply have to take into account what you are going to decide. You have to be very conscious because here there is a Seven of Cups and you will have options in front of you. But you have to see well exactly what you are going to decide, what suits you, because we do not want to fall into a situation that is false or deceptive. More if here in this situation there was a disappointment or a breakup in front of what could be something that excited you, inspired you at the time, and ended up being after only that, an illusion or a lie. Yes, well, here it is telling us that you should not neglect that concept, because if you are leaving here for a situation that no longer supports you, that no longer resonates with you, that generates a lot of tension for you, we are not going to fall back into a situation that might seduce you, but that seems like it is going to give you the tranquility that you are looking for. And it is not so. It is not so. It is not the case because you have the Chariot. So you have the Chariot. You have the card of what is happiness. I mean, things are going to go very well, but you have to pay attention to the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is a card that speaks to us of daydreaming or illusion. It is fine to get excited about what may come because you have the Fool card. It is fine, obviously, that you dream. It is perfect. But it is also good that you are conscious of everything that it cost you to leave there and what it cost you to make this decision to put a realistic vision on this new reality, because this makes you wake up. You have to have a realistic vision, because if not, later you could get disillusioned again. You must make an important turn in your life, so you are deciding to stop fantasizing in order to begin taking charge of achieving what you want, because here you have the Chariot. This is also a significant moment because it is telling me that you are currently in the process of discovering how to achieve something truly important, and you are beginning to take those necessary concrete steps to reach your goals. You are finally learning how to move forward and put all your hard work into practice right now. As the Fool tells you, what you want to reach also has a lot to do with the guarantee that is given to you for success. There is a piece of information here. What happened was that there was like that trigger that made you change your attitude because of something abrupt, but you did it then, or you were going to do it. So that very revealing experience or thought that crosses your mind is what makes you wake up. It is a key moment that you should not let pass. We must do whatever is necessary to ensure we do not go back to a state of daydreaming or fantasy again, where we can find ourselves submerged. On occasions, it is also telling us that it may be that you are like losing the desire to dream again or to bet on something. The emotion, that is going to last a short time, meaning that feeling is going to last a short time because you have the Chariot here. And the Chariot is an intense card that from the situation you are leaving it is going to leave you like in shock to get out of that state. So if you are in a state of apathy that you do not want to go back to projecting yourself in that illusion and in that dream, no. Well, here it says that you have many possibilities for success because you have the Chariot. Return to your center as soon as you can, and you are already doing it. Chariot is a card that tells us Scorpio has the willpower to take charge, take the reins of your own life, handle the circumstances, and reclaim your inner strength. You have everything you need. I think that you're getting very close to what could be a situation that fulfills you, right? Because the Chariot is the advancement with control. You advance in front of a situation from control and balance, will to act. That is why you are between those two paths, right? It is a change of context, and you are recognizing to yourself that it is time to do it. Chariot speaks to your ability to set a new goal and not just try, but actually achieve it. This represents a greater level of success as you move forward to reach the finish line you've envisioned. It is important and it is challenging, but you have to apply the will because it represents the power of your will. So as you are making a determination to leave behind something that no longer sustains you, which is a known reality, but no longer results in you being satisfied, you renounce that reality and you go forward very motivated. And it is fine that you dream and project yourself. You have the freedom, obviously, to do it, but you also have the freedom to consciously choose any other type of value. That is why what you are going to choose has to do with personal development, with tranquility, with professional development, with another type of relationship. It speaks to me of your truth, and it speaks to me of the fact that you are reaching your maximum potential as a person. It is a moment but very different from the one. It is a moment, an energy very, very different from the one you had been feeling until now. In fact, it is connecting you with an experience that brings you closer to the reality that you desire. That is why you are vibrating in happiness. You are reaching one more goal. If you are after something important and upon finishing the situation that weakened you, you reach it just like that because you may have been considering for some time ending a challenge. And the Chariot is obviously making you gain full control over everything, resources, and abilities to reach that goal. Feel that you are taking charge of something because you are balancing many things. By deciding, you balance doing with duty, work with relaxation, impulsivity with logic. And only there, when we balance all the opposites or the extremes, is when we reach the goal that we have proposed for ourselves. And it is what you are doing. That is why I see that when you reach the goal, you have a lot of happiness. A lot of happiness because of that. You will know what the goal is. If it is another relationship, if it is another job, a change of attitude, a change of reality. Because sometimes it is not that you can leave or want to leave, but rather it is the way we handle things, the decisions we make regarding what happens to us, and the way we also, in some way, interact with our surroundings. That is why you have that Scorpio will, to advance and not stay there. It is the Scorpio will to decide and see how everything absolutely moves. That is why you have this moment where it tells you, well, okay, I am conscious that I have to control the situation and continue ahead because I am going to achieve success. It tells me that someone could be approaching with some type of different intention Or it may be that all of this arises also to clean up what is a situation that had been lived with a relationship, because I feel that someone approaches in a way more of, how am I going to tell you, different energy. You are different. You have desire. That person too. And if we are not looking for what is a relationship, or we do not want to connect with someone, there is something that arises there that excites you a lot, that gives you the opportunity to connect with someone. Let's see what they tell us. Well, I'm the angel who helps you to trust, it says. Test me. I hold you. I hold you in my arms. I ask you to let go. That is why the card of the Fool is there. You do not take risks. You are protected. It says, it asks you, do you feel the pleasure of having the protection of heaven now if you act with fullness and abundance? That is what they are going to give you, fullness and abundance. What an impressive reading, Scorpio. I have loved it. I ask you to trust and to decree, because this is what is coming for you.